First and foremost, Barakatah Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the other apostles and other bishops of Great Millstone. Shalom to the whole elect, beginning with 144,000. Shalom. So this should just be like a piggyback or, a touch up on the lesson that I did yesterday. All right, because now, yesterday after my lesson on my way home from work, all right, I was able to, watch the video, right? And it's from the Elder Page GMS Awakening 144. I'm on Gabar, right? A great teacher, from GMS, right? But he did his lesson 2 days ago, and he uploaded the video, of the dream with the lesson. So now that I watched it, I'm gonna just, touch up on it, right? Bring out precept or two, right? Just so I ain't bringing out the same precepts that I brought out, yesterday in the lesson, right? And that'll be all, Lord willing, this will be quick and edifying. All right, but I'm gonna play the lesson, and then I'll just stop it and, say a quick point or whatever the case may be.
God for a dream or a vision, pleading with him to just show me something, anything that he wanted me to see. And the Lord actually did honor that prayer. So I dreamed that my husband and I, Arturo, I dreamed that we were riding on a bus. We were talking about the RFID chip. I was telling him it's not a good idea to get it, and he replied,
RFID chip, as in the MOTB, that would be the worst decision you would ever make in your life, right? Literally, it would be your worst decision that you would make in your life. All right, well, let's continue on.
Should get it, implying it should be him. Right. I had the understanding
it's very important to know during these times, because as you can see, I'm gonna just continue on playing out, then I'll stop it.
Be him because he did not want to see his family starve. It's like he knew that we wouldn't be able to eat unless we got it. And he replied, one of us should get it, implying it should be him. I had the understanding it should be him because he did not want to see his family starve. It's like he knew that we wouldn't be able to eat unless we got it.
Knowledge and understanding is very important, right, during these times. Because in his mind, even though this is a dream, right, but, in her husband's mind, he thinking he doing the right thing. Oh, I'm the man, I'm supposed to be the provider, so I'm going to be the one that's take it so I can continue to provide for the family. And, I'm which in reality, Jeremiah the 16th chapter, the Lord told us, not to have a wife and the kids in this place for a reason, right? That's just one of the many reasons why. Because during these times, people, because they have families, they go feel like they obligated to get it to continue to pay the bills or to go to the store or to provide, right? Because without the chip, you're not going to be able to do anything. You're not going to be able to be accepted in the system and etc. Right? So the only way you're going to be able to provide and things of that such is if you take the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast, right? Which we are, consistently and constantly telling y'all not to take, right? And I'll grab this real quick. All right, Jeremiah the 16th chapter. All right, in verse 1 said, the word of the Lord Yahweh came also unto me, saying, thou shalt not take their wife, neither shalt thou have sons or daughters in this place. Right, and of course, it's brothers out here, even sisters out here that have family, kids, and things of that says. Myself, personally, I don't have any kids, right, or a wife. I may talk to someone, right, whatever the case may be, but I don't have any kids, right? So I'm not obligated to do shit when shit hit the fan, because I don't have to worry about other people. I can just focus on myself, right? And if I'm with my family, my mama, my daddy, they go already know what's going on because we been one of the people. So now, hey, it's up to you, right? Of course, pray for that the Lord have mercy on our families and things of that says, but hey, it could be your family that be the one that give you up or be the reason that you get caught or, even be killed, right? But it was another point I wanted to say too, about how he said he wanted to, trying to see if it come back to me. Y'all just bear with me. He said he wanted to get it since he the man and etc. I can't remember, but anyways. Hold on real quick, Salakia. Anyways, right, with that, because sad to say, but there's gonna be people, amongst Israel that's gonna take the RFID check. They're gonna fail. They're gonna fail the test. As in, they're gonna fail in the hour of temptation, right? And when I say amongst Israel, I mean the ones that have this knowledge, understanding, and wisdom. And one of those reasons is going to be because of their kids, right, or their significant other, right, or their family, right, whatever the case may be. Because why they go feel like, your son's sick, and the only way they're going to be able to, be cured or, survive is if they get them some medicine, right? Or you see your family starving, right? And you feel like, you feel like, damn, man, we hungry. We haven't eaten 3-4 days, or not even at 5 to 7 days, and we ain't have no water. And you feel like you're on your last straw, and you're going to feel like you're going to lose that faith. You're going to feel like your only way to survive is, is if you take the chip, right? Ultimately, you're going to be like Esau, right? In Genesis, the 25th chapter, when he sold that red pottage for a raw piece of meat. He sold his birthright to Jacob, just so he can eat some food, right? And that's basically, that's crazy. That's a great analogy, because that's basically how it's going to be, right? A lot of people's going to sell, or not, literally, but, y'all get the analogy that I'm using, right? But, hey, that's just how it's going to be, right? They're going to lose that faith. They're going to be like, hey, man, what, how Esau was, hey, shit, I'm at the point of doubt. What is this doing for me, right? That's how a lot of people out here is going to be, man. They go wish that they never did it. Just how Esau did. Esau wish he never. That's why he do us so bad to this day, right? Because why they trying to steal? They done stole everything from us. Our heritage, our name, our language, blase, right? Hell, they trying to steal the damn birthright and the blessing back. I'm telling you, man. You take that chip, that's gonna be the worst decision you will ever make in your life. You know what's crazy? If you still take the chip, you still go get caught in a famine, right? Whether y'all living for a season, if that, due season, if that, the famine and the plague is still going to hit. You think that chip going to solve everything? No. The Lord is a man of his word. It don't matter you get the chip or not. You're still going to get hit by the famine, right? And in Matthew, Lord said, I believe it's the 26th chapter or the 24th chapter, when he talking about the fowls of the air, right? Like how he take care of the fowls of the air, right? And aren't thou more important? Hold on, let's grab it real quick. Then I'll get back to the video. So like you for rambling too. So I think it's the 24th chapter. Might have been 26th chapter. Hold on. Alright, so like you. Just type it in real quick. Matthew 6:26. Salakia. All right, I thought it was 26, but it is verse 26. That's what I was thinking. So this Matthew 6 and verse 26, and it reads, Behold the fowls of the air, for they sow not, neither do they reap, nor gather into barns, yet your heavenly Father feedeth them. Are you not much better than they? So you have to know and understand. You have to keep the faith. You have to keep the patience. You got to keep the trust, right? In Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua. Because he feedeth the fowls, right? And if we're better than them, what you think he's going to do to his elect? All right, the Lord is going to take care of his elect during these times. Yes, we may get put in uncomfortable positions. Shalaki is. Yes, we might have to go through the trial, tribulations, these sufferings and things of that such, right? But it'd be for a better purpose. Isaiah 66. 65, so like in verse 13, and it reads, therefore this saith the Lord Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. So the Lord's servants, the true prophets, right, the Lord's elect, they're going to be provided food, right, water during these times, right? But guess what? Even if you take that chip and you're not the Lord of the Lord's elect, guess what's going to happen to you? You're going to starve. You're going to be thirsty. Because why? You're going to be hit. You're going to be caught in famines, right? Whether you take the chip or not, right? You're going to be caught in famines, you know. So with that being said, you got to continue to keep the faith, right? The trust and things of that such, you know. And Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua, they're going to provide during these times. All right, now I finish off Jeremiah real quick. So look at verse 3, say, for this saith the Lord Yahweh, concerning the sons and concerning the daughters that are born in this place, and concerning their mothers that bear them, and concerning their fathers that beget them in this land, right? And that's how it's going to be. People are going to be concerned for their families, right? And that's why they're going to feel like, okay, damn, my wife begging me and begging me and begging me to take it so they can eat, and my kids, and they crying day and night, and they gonna be like a luggage, just holding you back or dragging you down, right? Verse 4 said, they shall die of grievous deaths, they shall not be lamented, neither shall they be buried, but they shall be as dung upon the face of the earth. And that's soon to come, right? It's soon to come. You know how you have funerals and things like that. Says ain't gonna be no funerals, right? Ain't gonna be none of that. You know, everything's gonna get so bad here in America, right? AKA Babylon the Great, that you know how when you see an animal poop on the ground, like a dog poop or whatever the case may be, and you just walk past it and ignore it, or just watch your step. Hey, that's how it's gonna be with these dead bodies, man. You know. Let's continue on. They shall be consumed by the sword and by famine. Come on now. He's saying, and their carcasses, he say, shall be meat for the fowls of heaven and for the beasts of the earth. All right, so, hey, the Lord said it. I did. Let's continue on.
He received the chip, and I just remember following suit after him. I had an RFID chip gun in my hand, the little gun that they used to implant it up under your skin. I was getting ready to chip my son when I realized I was damned for taking this chip, because me and my husband had already taken this chip in this dream.
Receive this damn chip. I feel like you have. I feel like, and I hope that you have the same feeling. Like, damn, I just did the most fucked up thing ever. Like, because guess what? Salvation out the window. That shit. Yeah, salvation out the window. Right? It's crazy. And you gotta think. She prayed to JC, right? Jesus Christ, which is a false god, idol power. I mean, a false idol, a false power, right? And even though it came from Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua, right? But yeah, I think she called upon JC and got this vision. So she doing. All right, let the Lord, show mercy upon her, and bring her to the truth, and and she, get the knowledge, understanding, the wisdom. Other than that, with it. All right.
I decided not to chip my son and became very angry, contemplating killing myself. I became hysterical and thought about digging this chip out of my hand, knowing I was permanently separated from God. And when I died, that I would go to hell without ever seeing Jesus. I began to weep. I began to cry uncontrollably because I had this emptiness in the pit of me. I knew that I was damned being alive, and I knew that I was damned when I died, because I would never. It was the separation that I knew that I had between me and God. I believe this dream symbolizes how easily people are going to take this chip to keep working, to keep providing.
Going to take this chip. They're going to abide by Esau's system, right? They're going to accept, they're going to accept the beast, right? And once you do that, just go ahead, kids, going to church and, calling upon, well, I'm speaking for us that's in the truth, right? I'm not really speaking for these Christians and Islams and all this Buddha and all them bullshits, right? I'm speaking for us, right? You take that chip, don't even worry about calling upon Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua. Don't worry about trying to say that you're a man of the Lord or a woman of the Lord, whatever the case may be. Because guess what? You're not. You're going to be destroyed. And we done told you this 1,000 times. Right? Well, let's continue on.
For food, for provision for their families, and how many men and women are going to follow for food, for provision for their families, and how many men and women are going to follow suit of their partners. People are going to go crazy. They're going to try to kill themselves because in this dream I felt every single emotion. As soon as I got that chip, at first it was like, okay, I got the chip, now I'm going to give it to my kid. Okay, now I'm going to give it to the children. And then before I could go any further, it's like the feeling of despair of like, I'm doomed. I wanted to try to dig it out. I felt like killing myself. I felt sad, crying. Like, it was just absolutely terrible.
Kim Kardashian, was praising Elon Musk and etc. Right? But, about the damn brain chip and things of that such. But that's how it's going to be. These influencers are going to advertise this chip. Right? And they're going to tell you that, hey, make you become smarter and this and that and that and this. Right? But in reality, they saying you ought to be fucking destroyed.
I knew I made the wrong decision. I feel like people are going to go crazy. I knew I made the wrong decision. And I feel like people are going to go crazy. They're going to be trying to kill themselves, curse.
To let her know, like, hey, you take this chip, this is literally what's going to happen. Even though she calling upon JC, but ultimately this she how Bahashim Yahushua that's giving her this dream. And like it speaks about in Joel, the 2nd chapter, that people shall see, dreams, have dreams and see visions, right, in these latter days, right, roughly paraphrasing.
Having feelings of emptiness, despair, hopelessness. Having feelings of emptiness, despair, hopelessness. Then wrote, Lord, have mercy. It is better to starve or lose your life for Christ, lose your job, or go.
Get killed or be persecuted, right? Whatever the case may be, then to take that RFID chip, right? And don't call upon Christ, right? Jesus Christ, that's a false name, right? Yahushua is the only begotten Son, true name, right? Yahweh is the Heavenly Father, right? True name, right? Going back to ancient Hebrew, right? The letter J was invented, 400 years ago? That's way after Yahushua was on the scene, all right? So J is not even in Paleo-Hebrew, if I'm mistaken. So Jesus Christ is a false name.
Homeless, then to take the chip in your body. This dream came from the Lord Jesus Christ, and I believe it is a warning for the church, for the body of Christ. So take this dream and everything that I've said on this video to prayer for confirmation from God.
I don't want to take this mark, but I gotta feed my kids.
You shouldn't do it, but you feel like you gotta provide, or you feel like, whatever the case may be. I don't know what other people's feelings are, but hey, that's gonna be one of the many reasons why people give into the chip, right? Especially when they gonna start putting fear into people when they see the people that's not taking it or bucking up against it. When they seeing that they killing them, guess what they gonna do? Follow right in line with everybody else and take it.
May God forgive you.
Next, please. Step up.
RFID chip.
Scanner.
Mine or sell.
I can't do this. My soul doesn't belong to the system.
Non-compliance has consequences.
Right, that's going to come with being thrown into the FEMA camps, right, to the jail, right, things of that such, right. So you don't want to take it, that's what's going to happen, But we preparing for this, right, through the Spirit.
Step forward. Choose placement, forehead or right hand.
Afternoon, sir. I'm gonna need you to look straight into the lens.
Yeah, sure.
Scan initiated.
Keep still, just a second.
Identity confirmed.
Step out of the vehicle, please. Follow me to the tent.
Okay.
We'll start at 15th chapter, verse 17. It reads, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. And why is that? If you don't have that RFID chip, you're not going to be able to go anywhere, right? If you're not a so-called, and you just got to look for existence with this ICE, things going on with, the Northern Kingdom, right? And they targeting the Southern Kingdom as well, right? But the Northern Kingdom, a lot of them cannot go, out, right? You got brothers, right, from the Northern Kingdom and things of that such riding around with they, birth certificate, they showing how they're U.S. citizen, things of that such on their dashboard, right? So, hey, things getting crazy, right? But even then, when the times that the MOTB get here and the martial law kicks in, they shut down everything. And, you gotta have a great reason to be able to leave your house, right? And when you do leave your house, there's gonna be checkpoints on every corner down there, right, that you're gonna have to go through to be able to continue on to wherever you're trying to get it, right? So this is the 16th chapter, in verse 7, he say, For there shall be in every place in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord, right? So they're gonna be everywhere, right? Soldiers, your sergeants, your police officers, right? These agents, they're going to be everywhere, checkpoint to make sure to see if you got the chip, right? To identify you, things of that such, right?
For centuries, believers wondered how this could ever happen. A mark, a system, total control over commerce. And now, for the first time in history, the technology exists. Cash is disappearing. Faces are becoming passwords. Bodies are becoming identification. And governments are building systems where every transaction is tracked.
No barcode, no surgery, please.
I won't survive without it.
We won't take the mark.
You could not buy
I got
or be
it.
healed.
Fuck it. Because what, at the end of the day, you're going to know you're going to receive that kind of life, or you're going to have those spiritual bodies, right? So you shouldn't be trying to get surgery or, get this cure. Because, you finna get the spiritual bodies. All right, so why the hell you trying to take this mark to save this body when you know this body finna be destroyed? It doesn't make sense.
Hold fast.
So hold fast, which is good.
Hold fast.
Forehead or right hand?
John did not know about microchips. He did not know about digital currency. He did not know about biometric ID. But he described a world where access to life itself was controlled by a single system.
And so we remember that even in the valley, the Lord...
Please don't take the mark. It goes against God.
Sir, this isn't
What's he
the time-
talking about?
Take it. Yes, you're going to be disconnected from Yahweh Shem Yahushua. No mercy, no chance of salvation, no chance of mercy, no chance of forgiveness, no chance of nothing. The only chance that you're going to get is destruction, right?
Let's stay calm, everyone. Let's stay calm, everyone.
The question is not if the system is coming. The question is, will the world recognize it when it arrives?
No telling, but guess who will recognize it? The man, the great millstone, right, and its affiliates. The two men of the Lord, right? They've been warning and preaching into y'all for years, right? And and I went over the mark and things of that such in the last, lesson that I did. Right, so I'm not gonna, reread it and just, be repetitive, So, Lord, when this was an edifying lesson, right? I feel like I did enough rambling, enough points was made, right? But this is a prayer that the brother or that the elder Amon Gabar put up, right? And it says prayer for spiritual preparation for the MOTB, right? And I'm not going to say it, right, but the elder does say it in this lesson, right, and I put it in the comments on my last video that I uploaded, right, and I ain't going to say it just because I don't have it down packed yet, right, and I don't want to embarrass myself, you know, but I'm soon getting it down, you know, and Lord will I have it down packed and, you know, memorized for when the time comes, like, this why I can be praying against the things that says, even though we should already be praying this, that the Lord keep thee from the hour of temptation, that it speaks about in Revelation, the 3rd chapter and verse 10, that the Lord saved thee out of Jacob's trouble, like it speaks about in Jeremiah, the 30th chapter and verse 7. You got to pray for these things, right? Prayer shows your faith, and if you're not praying, what you think? Because we ain't going to be able to lean on nothing but Yahweh Hashem Yahushua during these times. But we know that we have to endure these times for a short period and able to inherit the kingdom of heaven, right? So, you know, Lord willing, this is a quick and edifying lesson straight to the point. And with that being said, Barakatah Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, Bahashim Rakakwadash. Till next time, Shalom.